Hi viewers, I am Nisha Mol Koshi. Welcome to Nisha's Racing Education. Please click the subscribe button and press the bell icon to get new video updates. In this lecture, I am going to talk about fetal skull. This is an important topic in practical section. Fetal head is large in relation to the fetal body compared with the adult. Adaptation between the fetal skull and maternal pelvis is necessary to allow the head to pass through the pelvis during the labor without the complications. Skull bone encases and protects the brain. The fetal skull consists of three parts: vault, face and base. Vault is a large dome-shaped part above an imaginary line drawn between the orbital ridges and the nape of the neck. This is vault. The next is face. Face is composed of 14 small bones that are also firmly united and non-compressible. The third portion is base. Base compresses bones that are firmly united to protect the vital centers in the medulla oblongata. This is base. Vault, face and base. The next, move on to the bones of the fetal skull. The important bones are two frontal bones, two parietal bone, one occipital bone and two temporal bone. The first is frontal bone. Two frontal bones forms forehead or sinciput. At the center of each frontal bone, there is an eminence that is known as frontal eminence. The both side, the two frontal eminence. The frontal bone fused to form the single one by 8 years of age. Then two parietal bones. This is parietal bone. Two parietal bones lies on the either side of the skull. The ossification center of the each is called parietal eminence. See, this is parietal eminence. Both sides we can see the parietal eminence. The next bone is occipital bone. This is occipital bone. It lies at the back of the head. The part of it contributes to the base of the skull and it contains foramen magnum. There is an ossification center of the occipital bone that is known as occipital protuberance. See, this is occipital protuberance. This is temporal bone. This is a flat bone and forms small parts of the vault. This is temporal bone. Bones of the fetal skulls are the two frontal bones, two parietal bone, one occipital bones and two temporal bones. The next, sutures. The sutures are cranial joints and are formed where two bones adjoin. They are composed of fibrous tissues and allow the mobility between the cranial bones. The important sutures are the frontal suture, the coronal suture, the sagittal suture and lambdoidal suture. The first is frontal suture. The frontal suture. This is frontal sutures that separates two frontal bones. The next is coronal suture. The coronal, this one is coronal suture. The coronal suture that separates the frontal bones from the parietal bones. Then sagittal suture. This one is sagittal sutures that separates two parietal bones. Then fourth one is lambdoidal suture. Lambdoidal sutures that separate the occipital bones from the two parietal bones. This is lambdoidal sutures. The sutures are the frontal suture, the coronal suture, the sagittal sutures and lambdoidal suture. Next is fontanelles. The white gap in the suture line is called fontanelle or one or more sutures that joins to form fontanelle. Of the many of the fontanelles, two are of obstetrical significance, anterior fontanelle and the posterior fontanelle. The important fontanelles are anterior fontanelle and posterior fontanelle. The first is anterior fontanelle. This anterior fontanelle is formed by the union of the frontal suture, the coronal suture and sagittal suture. This anterior fontanelle is formed by frontal suture, coronal suture and sagittal suture. It is diamond shape and it measures 3 to 4 cm long and 1.5 to 2 cm wide. It closes 18 months or 1.5 years after birth. This is anterior fontanelle. Otherwise, it is known as brecma. The next is posterior fontanelle. The posterior fontanelle is formed by the union of sagittal suture and lambdoidal sutures. It is triangular in shape and measures 1.2 cm into 1.2 cm, and it closes at 6 weeks of age. The next is regions of the fetal skull. The main regions are the face, sinciput, vertex and occiput. Main regions are face, sinciput or brow, vertex and occiput. The first is face. The face extends from the orbital ridges and roof of the nose to the junction of the chins and neck. This is face. The points between two eyebrows is known as glabella. The chin is termed as mentum. The next region is sinciput or brow. It extends from the anterior fontanelle and coronal suture to the orbital ridges. This portion is sinciput or brow. The next is vertex. Vertex is bounded by anterior fontanelle, two parietal eminence and the posterior fontanelle. This part is vertex. Next is occiput. The occiput lies between the posterior fontanelle and foramen magnum. This is foramen magnum. This is posterior fontanelle. The occiput lies between the posterior fontanelle and foramen magnum, this region. And the ossification center of the occipital bone is occipital protuberance, and below the points below the occipital protuberance is known as suboccipital region. These are the regions of the fetal skull: the face, sinciput or brow, then vertex and the occiput. Next is diameters of the fetal skull. The knowledge of the measurement of the skull is important for the midwife because some diameters are more favorable for easy passages through the pelvic canal. The diameters are transverse diameter and anterior posterior diameter. The important two transverse diameters are parietal diameter, the diameters between two parietal eminence. This is parietal eminence. The diameter between two parietal eminence, that is biparietal diameter, that measures 9.5 cm. The next is bitemporal diameter. The bitemporal diameter between the furthest points of the coronal sutures at the temple. This is coronal sutures. This one is coronal suture. The diameter between the furthest points of the coronal sutures at the temple, that measures 8.5 cm. The main two transverse diameter, biparietal diameter, that is 9.5 cm, and bitemporal diameter, that is 8.5 cm. Next, anterior posterior diameter or longitudinal diameter. The first one is suboccipitobrecmatic. Suboccipitobrecmatic. Suboccipit means the points below the occipital protuberance. Suboccipitobrecmatic means that measures from the suboccipital region to the center of the brecma. That is suboccipitobrecmatic. The diameters from the below the occipital protuberance to the center of the brecma or anterior fontanelle, that is suboccipitobrecmatic diameter, that measures 9.5 cm. The next one is suboccipitofrontal. Suboccipitofrontal, that measures from the below of the occipital protuberance to the center of the frontal suture. The frontal suture is here, the center of the frontal suboccipital region to the center of the frontal suture, that is suboccipitofrontal, that measures 10 cm. The next diameter is occipitofrontal. Occipitofrontal means the diameters from the occipital protuberance to the glabellar region. Glabellar region means the point between the two orbital ridges. This occipital protuberance to the glabellar region, that diameter is 11.5 cm. The next is mendovertical. Mendo means chin. Mendovertical. That measures from the point of the chins to the highest point of the vertex. Vertex region is here. The highest point of the vertex here. So the mendum, it measures from the point of the chin to the highest point of the vertex, that measures 13.5 centimeter. Mendo-vertical. Mendo-vertical. The next is submendo-vertical. The submendo-vertical means the points where the chins joins to the neck to the highest point of the vertex. This is submendo-vertical, that measures 11.5 centimeter. The next diameter is segmento-brecmatic. That is the points where chin joins the neck to the center of the anterior fontanelle or brecma. This is submendo-brecmatic, that measures 9.5 centimeter. This is about the diameters of the fetal skull. Today we explained about the fetal skull. The first is parts of the fetal skull. The vault, base and face. Three parts of the fetal skull. Vault, base, face. See, first is vault, then face and base. Three parts. Okay. The next is bones of the fetal skull. Frontal bones, two frontal bones, two parietal bone, one occipital bone and two temporal bones. The bones of the fetal skull. Say, two frontal bones, two parietal bones, two temporal bones and one occipital bone. Then next, sutures. We explained about the sutures. The frontal suture, coronal suture, sagittal sutures and lambdoidal sutures. Frontal suture, coronal suture, sagittal suture and lambdoidal suture. The frontal suture. See, the frontal sutures that separates the two frontal bones and coronal sutures that separates the frontal bones from the parietal bones and sagittal sutures that separates the two parietal bones and the lambdoidal sutures that separates the occipital bones from the parietal bones. The next is fontanelle. The anterior fontanelle or brecma, then posterior fontanelle or lambda. See, the anterior fontanelle, this is anterior fontanelle that is formed by the union of the frontal suture, coronal suture and sagittal suture. Diamond shape and it is closed 1.5 year. Then next is posterior fontanelle or lambda. It is formed by the union of sagittal sutures and lambdoidal sutures and it closes at 6 weeks of age. Then next we explained about the diameters of the fetal skull. The main diameters are the transverse diameter and the anterior posterior diameter. The transverse diameters, the main important diameters, transverse diameters are biparietal diameter, that is 9.5 centimeter. See, biparietal diameter, the distance between the two parietal eminence, that is biparietal diameter, that measures the 9.5 centimeter. Then bitemporal diameter, this is bitemporal diameter. Here the bitemporal diameter that measures 8.5 centimeter. Then anterior posterior diameter, the first one suboccipito-brecmatic diameter. Suboccipito-brecmatic diameter that measures from the suboccipital region to the center of the brecma or anterior fontanelle, that measures 9.5 centimeter. Then second one is suboccipito-frontal diameter. Suboccipito-frontal diameter means that measures from the suboccipital region to the center of the frontal sutures, that measures the 10 centimeter. The next, occipito-frontal diameter. Occipito-frontal diameter that measures from the occipital protuberance to the glabellar region, that measures 11.5 centimeter. Then mendo-vertical. The mendo-vertical that measures from the mendum or chins to the highest point of the vertex, that is 13.5 centimeter. That is the greatest diameter of the fetal skull. The next is submendo-vertical. The points where chins joins to the neck to the highest point of the vertex, that is submendo-vertical, that measures 11.5 centimeter. The last one is submendo-brecmatic. Submendo-brecmatic, that is 9.5 centimeter. These all are about the diameters of the fetal skull. This video is important in practical section. Thank you for watching this video.